one of these guys that just wants to do everything and anything at the same time. I went by Armando for the longest time until I went pretty much to college, and I had roommates. I was in this place where like everyone was such a huge stoner. They'd be like, instead of saying Armando's here, they'd just say Mondo's here. And so it was like, well, it kind of stuck as Mondo, and I just went, well, you know what, that's a kind of a cool name, you know. I am a graphic designer slash photographer slash motorcyclist slash musician slash fine artist, fill in the blank. I'd hung out with my heavy metal friends in the 80s, and they were all like, all that stuff. And I went, I can't do that. You know, it's a little bit too late for me to start something. But of course, like everyone else, I got like, you know, a hand-me-down bass guitar, a hand-me-down amp. And one of my friends that I was hanging out with goes, what's with that bass and that amp in your closet? I just joined a band. Do you want to join? And I'm like, I don't know how to play. And he said, it's okay, it's punk rock. You don't need to know how to play. And so I just started playing with these three other guys, and it was kind of, my guitarist and singer actually said he plays guitar by approximation. And I think I still do that now. And we had a great run of it in the 90s. 5-6 years where we put out CDs and stuff. And it was a good time, but as we started gaining momentum and stuff, you had all the pressures of making it and stuff, and of course everything imploded. So kept playing in other bands till about 2005, and then I just decided, you know what, I don't have to do this anymore. And actually, it was actually a mistake, because I just realized how much of part of me it was. So after not playing for about 10 years, and I came back down here, and it was just like picking up where I left off. So I'd actually gotten together with my former band, at least 2 other members from it, got a new drummer, and a year ago, almost exactly at this time, we started playing again. What's great about the music is, once more, it's not a thing about putting bread on the table, you know, putting food on the table. It's a matter of just like expressing yourself properly. And to me, you know, that's important. But at the same time, people are getting interested. I have a motorcycle friend that does motorcycle videos, and he's got a project that he actually wants the band to soundtrack. I find that in my life, I've never really gone out and said, I want to do that, and gone out and done it. Things always seem to happen to me by default, in a sense. There's something about, I don't know, there's just something about like kismet or something like that, where things are fated to just come together. all my art stuff tends to dovetail with each other, whether it's motorcycle photography, you know, just photography in general. Close up. Okay, raise your left hand just a little bit.
Always the best.
My graphic design, which I wanted to leave behind, but now is actually feeding my creativity as well. So it's a little bit of everything, and it's great about it. And so it's almost like I just pick things here and there, and I just never let go of anything, you know, that happened before. I was doing graphic design for about a decade, and just wasn't getting anything creatively. So one of the things that I enjoyed the most was hanging out with the photographers at shoots when I was art directing them. And you know, they seemed to be having the most fun. And I was just fascinated with what went on behind the scenes. I just start picking their brain. How do you shoot this? How did you do that? How did you light this? And they were actually pretty good at telling me what. So what I'm doing here are just, you know, bringing up things like shadows, hitting exposure, and I will do, like, you know, the glamour stuff a little bit later, because then it has to go into Photoshop. But this is just the first part of my workflow where I can actually take and copy and paste what I've done from the previous shot. I don't want to edit so much that it doesn't look like them, or when you see the Instagram pictures where everyone looks like they're plastic. Mm-hmm. You know, that's a totally like amateur thing to do. So that's also the reason why I try not to give myself more than 5 minutes per shot. I needed to get around, and living downtown all the time, I didn't drive. I rode my bicycle everywhere, and I took the bus and subway. But when you've got like a lot of gear, like the lights that you see today, it'd actually be good to actually get around a little bit faster. So I decided on the most practical thing at the time, which was a little scooter. And I would just load it up and get to the places. But one thing I didn't count on is that I really, really, really liked the feel of riding and having the wind in your face and, you know, your hair blowing, all that stuff. And I got hooked, and I started getting bigger and bigger bikes, up to the point right now where, like, I've been able to, like, ride out to Halifax to do something. It kind of came hand in hand with my my photography. So I decided I'm going to make money for a change out of this thing and try to make a go at it, because it just seemed like it's more fun than the graphic design thing. I think the first time that I got called a motorcycle influencer, I kind of went, yeah, I guess I am. But like I said, I've been having too much fun. Got sent to Prague to cover Harley-Davidson's 115th European and worldwide anniversary there. And just riding in a different country on probably the biggest, baddest motorcycle I've ever been on was, you know, quite the experience. People are going, well, you know, you must be pretty crazy because you're doing all this stuff at the same time. Are you worried about burning out? But I find that if I don't do all this stuff at the same time, that's when I get miserable. What's important is that I'm able to express myself and express, you know, my personality and my humor through my design in that sense, as opposed to, you know, selling a car or, you know, selling soap.
The house-to-house salesman symbolizes in a way the function of all salesmen, which is to bring goods or services to the attention of the consumer and to help the consumer buy.
Self-doubt, I think, with any person that's creative, it tends to creep in, and it's just a matter of managing it. And never can beat it, you never can get rid of it. And at the same time, sometimes that doubt makes you strive to be better. I did try to give up on music, and I just wasn't as happy. So I know that all this stuff is almost necessary for me to keep just functioning. And that's the thing, is I'm far from being a brooding artist. And the thing is that there is a certain romance about that stuff as well. But I just gotta be me. And, something comes up, we'll find a way to deal with it. He said, "It's okay, it's punk rock. You don't need to know how to play."
I have a couple of dodgy notes in there. Weird Secret Wars.